Good afternoon or good morning whenever you're listening to this video. Here in Mexico, usually I am Eduardo, and I've always been Sterling back in the United States, but for ease of pronunciation for Spanish speakers, I use a Spanish version of one of my names here with my friends and Spanish speaking work associates. I'm here in Guadalajara in the business of property sales and property management, where I came to live in so called retirement. I moved here, I bought a house, and I ended up getting involved in this business sort of accidentally. Today, I'm going to talk about what a safe and profitable investment it can be to purchase a home here in Guadalajara. Whether you live here or not, right now, this is just an awesome set of circumstances that I want to tell you about. I happen to live here. And in another video, I'll tell you more about how you can take advantage of this market if you don't live here. And maybe you could and you should right now. But right now, I just want to tell you the financial details of conditions right now that are just awesome if you have a U.S. based income to invest with right now. Getting in the door is cheap in the real estate market because in the Mexican market, housing values have historically stayed far below U.S. market values. And the example investment house that I've chosen for this video is an entry level condo. It's a comfortable house for a single person or a couple. It's available right here in the development where I live, but I just picked this as an example. This house is priced at just under 1 million Mexican pesos. And that's a value that's been hovering around the 45,000 US dollar value, depending on the currency rate, which has been doing some crazy things in the midst of this virus pandemic. Now, because of a presently relatively strong US dollar here in Mexico, at this very moment, you could buy this house for about 37,000 US dollars. I'm going to sort of try to stay focused in pesos and do this evaluation from a Mexican market perspective, so you can see the growth potential. But I'll switch back and forth because the exchange rate is kind of an important factor as well. You could choose to buy right now in cash and take advantage of this temporarily strong dollar. That would make great sense in the short term in consideration of whether peso has been with respect to the dollar over the years, because if the peso drops from its temporarily just fantastic rate of 25 pesos to the dollar back down to 18 and a half, where it's been for a few years and where it's been while I've been living here, then the value of that house will rise accordingly in US dollars when the currency rate settles again. And it'll rise from around $38,000, a price for which you could buy the house now, to a value of around $50,000, a price you could get back out of the house when you sell it when the currency exchange goes back, just by taking advantage of the present currency exchange. Now, you could use that house to generate rental income for a year. And on top of the 72,000 pesos you could generate from straight rental, because you can rent this house for about 6,000 pesos a month in the local market. That means that you could generate 72,000 pesos in rental income. And during that year, the value of the house would increase by about 8%, because it's been doing that consistently year after year after year. I've got records here that show like 8 years of growth, and it averages around 8 to 10% per year. I'm going to use 8% for this evaluation. That would mean you would enjoy a net increase of just short of 75,000 pesos, an increase in value of the house. Add that to the 72,000 pesos you could collect from rent, and you would be collecting just short of 150,000 pesos in 1 year in value, and from property value appreciation from a house you purchased for about 38,000 US dollars. So if you want to evaluate that gain in dollars, it would probably be the most accurate if we would assume, and I think it's going to, that the exchange rate is going to settle back down to a predictable level of around 20 to 1. It's around 24, 25 to 1. So back down at the 20 to 1 rate, which I would expect to see in a year or so, that 150,000 peso gain divided by 20 in 1 year will likely be equal to around $7,500. So let's say you purchased a house right now at this moment using US dollars, and it would take 38,000 of them right now. Then that $7,500 gain in value represents 19.7% return on your investment. That's pretty incredible. But what I did not take into account is something that's even more incredible. It's the fact that there could be an additional gain of somewhere around 12,000 US dollars just from the fact that the peso is expected to begin to recover its strength with respect to the dollar. And that's going to bring that 24, 25 to 1 exchange rate back down to a more historically recorded value of somewhere around 20 to 1, which is something closer to what we've been enjoying before. So it's kind of crazy if you add that $12,000 value, that $12,000 gain just from the fact of the change of the currency exchange value. Add that $12,000 to the $7,500 from the rent and the increase in property value just on the local market. You're talking about a number like $19,500, pushing $20,000 overall gain from buying this house right now at about $38,000. That would be a 51% profit. So, what have your investments been doing? Did you have money in the market? Maybe you have some cash that you recently freed up because you were anticipating this, but probably not unless you had some inside information. But if this looks good, get in touch with me right now and we can talk. I think this current situation is there's some great investment potential here in buying real estate in Mexico. You can call me directly here in Guadalajara. I may or may not receive the call, but you can leave me a message if I don't. At 52, that's the country code of Mexico, 521-33-2154-1547. Or you can contact me in Messenger through my Facebook group, which is also called Jalisco Home. And if you like this video, show me you like it and click like below. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I bring you something new about housing values in Mexico all the time. And there's some great stuff happening right now. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm making more than one follow-up video about this subject as everything becomes more clear, and maybe making another video with some numbers on screen that make it more clear. But anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.